Hello, 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 everyone. It's Beverly with Custom Created Handmade Crafts. I hope that you are having a wonderful day today. Today's video is a going to be a fall bloom bowl, I should say, fall bloom bowl. And Donna from DNA Resin and I have both come together and we're going to collab on this. She is going to do one, and I am going to do one. Our shapes are going to be different because we didn't have the same mold, but the concept is still the same. We still have the same criteria. We are going to be using fall colors of red, orange, greens, and the browns and things like that. And we are both going to be doing a bloom, and we're both going to be making it into a bowl. So I have decided that I want to start with this middle section of my mold has these little dots inside of it, and I want to put in UV resin onto each of these in my T-Expert Color UV resin in gold to give those color. And then I think with the lines, I am going to leave those as they are and let the bloom sort of do its thing in and around those lines. So, but I did want to color those dots. So I will put you on a time lapse so that you don't have to watch me do these in real time. Okay? And I will be back to you once I am ready for the next step. Okay, you guys, so we got that cured. And what I have decided to do is I wanted to put in some gold leafing, and I'm putting it in around, actually, it's the rose gold. And I am just taking and breaking off pieces, not that big, just small pieces, because I do have my fan on. And I am just taking it and just putting it around the edges and throughout the mold and just various places, just letting it lay naturally where it will. And then I'm breaking off pieces and just doing whatever, wherever it lays, that's its final resting place, because with this stuff, it doesn't play well, doesn't play fair. So I am going to do that and get that done. Okay, guys. So I have mixed up 10 ounces of my J Diction 4-hour demold. Let's see where our resin is at. Just at 32 degrees here. It's still rising though, so. I do feel the cup kind of warm. So we're at 33.1. 33.3. So I am going to let it continue to come up here just for a few more minutes. All right, let's see where our resin is at. I feel the warmth. So I think we are very much closer. And it's definitely rising quickly on the thermometer. We are at 33.9 and rising. So right about 34 right now. So in the middle, we're at 35. So I think I am going to go ahead and decant my white for my petals, the white for the petals. And then I will get it poured. And then we are going to get our white poured here. Get my stick here. And I will move this here. And I am just going to pour in about maybe maybe that's about 1.5 ounces, 2 ounces, I think. So trying to think, do I want to spray it? Lightly mist it here. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done it. Okay, I'm gonna let that dissipate while I do my white here. And the reason I shouldn't have done that is because I don't know if you guys remember, but I had a bloom that I did put alcohol into the mold, and the bloom kind of did some crazy stuff. So what I did was I put in about 3 drops of my HTB white pigment paste. And I'm just going to take about that much right there of the pearl powder and put it into my resin. Sorry if I'm shaking you guys. I put that pearl powder up. Get as many things out of my way as possible. Okay, get this mixed up. And then we will decant resin into the mold. All right, yeah, I'm liking it. Okay, and here is my cup with my piping bag inside. Just gonna pour that in. And what I decided I would do is being that I did do the dots in the center, and this mold has that pattern in the center of it as it does, I am going to do blooms all around the mold. So maybe like 4 blooms, 3 or 4. And hopefully they will come out well. Get all my white out of this cup that I can. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Think I got it all. Okay. Got my white done. And I will go ahead and pour my resin into the mold. And then we'll get my bag tied up and everything. So I'm going to sit this to the side for now. And I'll pull the bag together so nothing flies into it. Okay. There we go. And we'll go ahead, because that alcohol should have dissipated by now, and pour out resin. Yes, it is nice and toasty. And for my inks, I am using the Let's Resin alcohol inks, and I have chosen the colors Sugar Light, Orange, Lemon Yellow, and Emerald Green. I have the brown out, but I don't think I'm gonna use it. I just don't think I want to use that brown. Unless I do the brown in the center. That might be pretty. The brown in the center would be pretty. All right, so I'm gonna give my resin some help spreading out here. Could have used 12 ounces, I think. Yeah, but that's okay. It will be all right. Start getting it moved around the mold here and getting my inks poured. Okay. And then let's do oops. I'm loving that Sugar Light. Is it Sugar Light or Sugar Light? Okay. Orange. And our yellow. Lemon yellow. Whoops. And I'll do 2 drops of the lemon yellow. Oops. Put 3 in that one. Darn it. And I think I'm going to add some to the center as well, just to brighten up that brown. I think I'm going to like that. Okay. And get our white here for the petals. Let me push out my resin some more because it's still not wanting to push out. Actually, I'm going to get my, before I do my white, I'm going to get my heat gun and move my resin because it's super thick. And I am just going to do little circles. Oops. All right. Guys, I cannot draw to save my life. Okay. This one just won't be as big. All right. And then I do have more here, so I think I want to do so guys, what I'm going to do is I am going to mix up the rest of my white, not my white. I'm going to mix up the rest of my resin that I have. But before I do that, I need to pull these. So let me do that really quick. Now I lost the other stick that I had. Where did I put it? Oopsie. It's the second time I dropped this brown. Okay. So I found the new one. There we go. Where I had dropped it. Let me get my paper towel there. Okay, let me get these pulled and fix up these here. Okay, so we're going to do out, out, out. And remember, we're not going down to the bottom of the mold. We are just on top where that alcohol is, the alcohol inks are. And we're pulling through those, through that. I mean, not those. And let me get a new paper towel because I did put some. And then I'll pull in here. pull in here. Pull in here. And pull in here. And give it a swirl. I think that'll be pretty. All right, down. In. Up. In. Make sure that one was pulled. Went kind of light across it. Out. 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 And out. Oh no, I messed up my little line. It'll be a little raggedy, but it'll be okay. There we go. Okay, let's just work on these. One thing at a time anyway. Down. Up. Forgot the swirl. In. In. Out. 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 And out. And swirl. In. 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 Oopsie. In. That one is super thin. Oh no. Silicone is pulling out. Okay. Hopefully that will be okay. We'll pull this out. There we go. We'll pull this out. Pull that out. And this one out. Swirl. Okay. So what I will do is I will get more resin put in, guys, like I said, and then hopefully not disturb these blooms too much. Get this side done, and then I will finish everything off. So you don't need to be tuned for that. I will finish it off, and we will see what it does in a couple of hours. And hopefully I can get another layer put on in about an hour or so, I think. Maybe an hour. Yeah. So we'll see. Be back shortly. I'm sad. I messed up this bloom. It was because I didn't have enough resin in the mold originally. So when I added in the resin, it kind of spread out the ink. And then when I went to draw in my petals, that white had started to thicken up way too much. And so then I took the white and I still used it, made petals, but it just came out like a big blob. So I just stirred it all up, and now I'm going to have to figure out what to do with this section once I demold it. So, but none of the others moved very much. They didn't bloom very much like I wanted them to. But that's okay. The only one that had any type of movement was this one, and it wasn't enough movement. So that whole little section over here is just one big mess. Oh, Lordy. Oh, the whole thing is a mess now, in my opinion. But we'll see. Okay, guys, coming to you voiceover for this part. Here, I'm just going to show you how I made it into the mold. I'm taking my food wrap, and I am going to put that onto the back of the piece before I demold it, so that way I ensure that no uncured resin is going to get onto my bowl. In hindsight, this part, I wish I would have let my resin cure a little bit longer, because the saran wrap does give a wrinkled effect onto the back of the piece, and it does mess it up a little bit once I start messing with it quite a bit as well. So you will see that. Here I'm just demolding. I do have most of this is cured up to the part that I had to add in that resin, which is on that bad side. That's around there where I'm demolding it now. So I will have some pieces of the edge that are a little smushed in, but that's okay. They get cut out for the most part. So here I'm just showing you that messed up part. It's like, bye-bye. I don't know what I'm going to do with it just yet, but I'm going to get it at least into the bowl and then figure out what I'm going to do. So there you can see is where the saran wrap took on, did the messing up in the piece, in the resin. Goodness gracious, can't get my words out. So it had already started forming into the resin and making those creases. If I was making one of the velvet molds, or whatever you call it, the satin finish, that would have been perfect, but that was not what I was going for. So here I am just forming the petals, and I'm just trying to get as much of that blob out as I can in forming those petals. So just creasing back and forth and trying to figure out a good way to hide it. I do get it in here and I get a shape that I like, but that blob is just still bothering me. So you will see I do eventually cut out that piece completely. Okay, you guys, it is time to get this out of the bowl. You can see that I did make some changes to it. I ended up cutting out the bad section that I didn't like. That section that I didn't like, I ended up cutting it out. So here it is. It just pops out of the mold because I had the saran wrap on it. And then we are going to see some like wrinkles in it. And I knew I would get that because I was fiddling with it so much afterwards, because I really didn't care for it the way it was. I really didn't care for that bad section that was in there. So all I'm doing now is just removing the plastic, and some of it is caught up in here where I made holes in it. Got that out though. Okay. It's a piece there. Okay. So what I said is I'm actually liking it. What I said I could do is have the bowl like with a cutout in the front. And I've seen bowls this way where it just it has that slight opening. It could have been, I should have made it actually a little wider. So I should have cut more of it off. But what I decided I was going to do is there's more, because I couldn't get all of my bowl to crinkle and things like that, I'm gonna, I was thinking of adding maybe glitter on the back side of it with some Duraclear satin varnish. And I don't know. Is it worth all of that? Can I save this bowl? I don't know, you guys. All right. So what I think I want to do with it maybe is add in some crushed glass. I know I want to do that on these edges. So I am going to do that. I'll get my my glue onto it and get some crushed glass added, and then I'll come back to you guys and let you see what that looks like. I might or might not add in some glitter on the back side. We'll see what I'm feeling like. So I'll be back shortly once we see what I feel like is worth or worth not doing to this thing. It may not be worth me putting in more of my materials into it. We'll see. I'll be back shortly. All right, guys. So, yeah, it didn't get any better. It only got worse. I did the crushed glass around the edges, and I did the glitter on the back. I did a mix of gold and green, and yeah, it's still ugly. So yes, this is a definite fail. It is the ugliest thing I have made to date, and that is in any craft. Oh goodness. Regarding my blooms, so the edges only bloomed. They didn't get full bloom. My blooms didn't get full bloom, so those were a fail. And then the bowl, as you can see, the bowl would have been great had I not had to cut out this section. But being that that section was bothering me so bad, I had to cut out that section. So overall, creating the bowl, I would give it, out of 10, I would give it a 3, because of that, cutting out that section. And when I had to when I cut out the section, when I realized I was going to cut it out, I had to pull it out the mold early enough so that I could cut that resin, because it is kind of thick in this area. And so I had to unmold it, and that's what caused the creasing that you see, like those deep creases and stuff like that in the back here. you can see it better from the back and the bottom. So this is where the saran wrap made the creases in the resin as it was curing, and that's what left those indentations as they are. So the next bowl, I do hope to have a different mold, which will be a straight mold. This stuff in the middle and these lines kind of played with my head a little bit because I just felt like it would have been weird to bloom on top of that. So that's why I did the blooms around. And I think that this mold really distracts me from the concept of one bloom. So I need to get a different mold. And I would like to have the flower mold just without this pattern in it. So I'm going to look around and see if I can find that. I think I saw one on Temu. Just have to go back and look and see if I can find it. Overall, yeah, this is the ugliest project I have ever made in my entire life. I feel like elementary kid made this one. And they probably would be insulted. Oh goodness. So yeah, this one's gonna be busted up and it will be used for resin filler. But I'm not giving up. I'm not going to give up, you guys. So to remind you that the October collaboration with Mini Scenes GB and Crafty YouTubers United is coming up in October. I can't remember the exact date. I want to say October 17th. Somewhere around in there, but on Thursday or Friday's video, I will get you the exact date. And if you are interested, you can definitely reach out to me or Tracy at Mini Scenes GB to get the information and go from there. It's really simple criteria. It's just a Halloween theme, nothing else that I'm aware of that we have to do. My Halloween will be cutesy, of course. I don't really do too much of the horror stuff. We do have a horror collab as well. That I think that one is due not next week, but the week after on the 27th of September, if I remember correctly. So if you're interested in any of those, let me know in the comments and I will get you to the right people because April with Dragons and Dresses Craftsorium is putting on the horror collab. And then Tracy at Mini Scenes is doing the Halloween collab. So if you're interested in any of those, joining any of those, just like I said, drop me a comment. Or you can reach out to Tracy or April if you know either of them. Until then, guys, stay safe. And there will be no pictures of this afterwards. No worries. I won't put you through that. So stay safe, and I will see you on the next one, guys. Hugs and love. And to my new subscribers, this is not normal activity here. This is not normal. So please disregard. Don't judge me off of this. And to my original subscribers, I hope you had a good laugh. And like I said, I'll see you guys on the next one. Hugs and love. Bye-bye.